We got no troubles. Life is the bubbles under the sea. Hey, I'm Josh. This is Josh Build Stuff, and today we are doing something I am very excited about. This is the LEGO Creator 3-in-1 Deep Sea Creatures set. It has 230 pieces, is recommended for ages 7+, and for those unfamiliar, the 3-in-1 sets actually give you one set of pieces to build several different models. In this case, you can build an anglerfish, a squid, or a shark. Now, this is actually the first 3-in-1 set that I've bought. The others haven't interested me that much, but personally, I'm a huge fan of marine biology and all things aquatic related, and so this set and another set that just came out really appealed to me. Another thing about the 3-in-1 sets that usually makes me not buy them is I like to build a model and then keep it assembled, and in this case, I can't keep all three models assembled at the same time, and so I'll have to choose which one I want to build last, and that's the one that will stick around. Now, because of all that, my original plan when building this set was going to be to build the sets in what I think will be my least to most favorite order, and so I think I'll build the anglerfish, then the squid, then the shark. However, when you download LEGO's digital instructions online, like I do, LEGO actually includes a fourth model that you can build along with these same pieces, which is a whale model, and so I will build and review that model as well as these other three. However, you may be wondering what this extra bag of pieces is, and when I was browsing rebrickable.com this week, that's a site where you can view models from other creators, and you can even buy instructions if you want to build some of those models. There's a user called JK Brickworks who is a very talented builder. He has a big YouTube channel. If you haven't heard of JK Brickworks, he is a LEGO model designer who makes some beautiful looking kinetic sculptures out of LEGO. Adam Savage has featured some of his builds on his channel. He actually has a lot of his models on rebrickable.com where you can purchase instructions and build them yourself. And in this case, as I was browsing, he has a kinetic sculpture add-on edition that you can build along with this set to make the shark actually move, which I teased at the beginning of this video. And so that, I think, is going to be the final version of this set that I build, because that is how I would like this set to live. If you would like to quickly jump to the build and review of any one of the models included here, the timestamps will be in the description below. All that being said, let's get started by building the anglerfish. Here we have the anglerfish, the first model in this set. This comes with a big anglerfish and a little, what I'm going to call the victim fish, because he looks kind of scared the way his eyes are sitting. The anglerfish himself is pretty cool. For those who don't know, anglerfish are a deep sea fish. Some of them have little lights dangling in front of their heads that will attract smaller prey fish. And then when the fish gets close to the little light, the anglerfish will eat him. This fish is fun. He's not scary or very realistic. He's got bright colors, these cool neon green eyes, and the neon green crystal used as his little dangly bit. I like that he's kind of got this upturned underbite looking chin. I like that his insides are mottled red when you open his mouth wide. I like that he's a little articulated. He's got, his tail can move and his fins can move a little bit. So it's fun for what it is. Obviously, he didn't use all of the pieces that came with this set. I think this is one of the simpler models that come with this. Overall, I think this guy is a lot of fun. Next, I think we should build the squid. One thing that I'm a little surprised that this set doesn't come with is a brick separator, since they kind of expect you to take the set apart multiple times. And so personally, I'm going to use one of the blue ones since this is aquatic themed. So I suspected this when I bought this set, but I don't actually enjoy this part about taking the set apart. I like building a set and ending up with a finished product with no pieces left over, and this part is a little tedious if I'm honest. The good thing is that when I first open the bags, I don't really bother sorting much because it's not a lot of pieces, but as you take it apart, you can sort the pieces, so I suspect this next build will go a little faster. this is a squid, or some other generic cephalopod. I like squids a lot, namely because they are one of the main featured sea creatures in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. A lot of people know the famous scene with the giant squids attacking the Nautilus. I say squids because it's actually a lot of squids, not just one giant squid. And in the book, they're actually called devilfish, or at least in the American translation of the book. So I like squids, and I think this model is a lot of fun. Obviously, he doesn't have as many legs or tentacles as a squid probably should. I think typically a squid will have 8 legs or shorter tentacles and then 2 much longer tentacles, which could, I guess, be arms, but at least both different kinds of tentacles are represented here. Good things about this little set. I think he's fun. He's got a little bit of articulation in the head and obviously in the tentacles. He looks kind of mean, which is fun, with his eyes being slanted, so he's one of the meaner sea creatures. I like that since he's a squid, you would think that his tentacles would be sticky on the other side, and obviously because they're Lego pieces, you can actually stick things to them. So I guess Lego lends itself pretty well to designing squids. I also like that he takes on this two-tone blue and white appearance that obviously a lot of the models in this set have. I know they're using the same bunches of pieces, but I think all of these models would actually look really good displayed next to each other, since they're all using this very similar and complementary color tone between the bunch of them. Unfortunately, that's the downside of the 3-in-1s, is that we don't get to see all the sets lined up next to each other unless you buy the same set multiple times. But overall, I like the squid. He's fun. Next, I think we should build the bonus set, which is only included as a digital set of instructions, and that is the whale. You know, when I was a kid, I actually wanted to be a marine biologist when I grew up, and I personally grew up in South Florida where we're close to the water, so I had the advantage of going to a marine biology magnet middle school for a couple of years, and we got to do cool things like go on field trips down to the Keys to go snorkeling, learned a lot about marine life and other stuff like that. But as I got older, I decided or realized that marine biologists don't make very much money, and middle school me decided that I needed to make more money, and so I gave up that dream in high school and had an accounting internship, and then in college I actually majored in accounting. And then most of the way through college I decided I didn't want to be an accountant because that sounds terrible, and so I changed my major to general business, and now I'm a web developer that has nothing to do with accounting or marine biology. But that just goes to show, kids, follow your dreams, or at least get into a field that pays well enough that can fund your hobbies, if those be Lego or if those be marine biology. This is a whale, or the third model in this set. Again, this set of instructions does not come in booklet form with the box. This set only comes online as an alternate set of instructions. It comes with a whale and what I think is supposed to be another little squid or cephalopod of some sort. He's again has 6 tentacles instead of 8, but we'll let it go because of his scale. The whale himself is alright, I'd say. I don't know why when I saw the pictures of it I pictured a slightly larger whale. He looks kind of sad with his eyes kind of tilted up the way they do. He looks like he's pouting just a little bit. He again has some articulation similar to the other figures. This articulation is probably similar to what the shark is going to be. I haven't built him yet. He, like the previous models, left over quite a few pieces, and so he used just about all the blue and white pieces and then left over a bunch of the red. He didn't use any of the tooth pieces. Again, he's sporting the same blue and white color theme that the squid and shark both have. I know he's using the same set of pieces, but they've got this kind of split look of the blue on top and the white on the bottom. This guy uses the pink piece, I think, for the first time in this set for the inside of his mouth. I like it. Not my favorite piece, but so long as you asked how whales relate to the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea book, they originally thought the Nautilus was a giant whale, more specifically a giant narwhal. They call it a giant cetacean that was spearing ships with its horn, since the Nautilus has a big spear in the front of it. So originally they thought it was a giant whale. Turns out it was just a giant submarine crewed by the infamous Captain Nemo. Overall, this whale model is okay, but let's get to the real reason that I bought this set, and probably the reason that you stuck around in this video for this long. Let's build the shark. This is it. The set that we've been waiting for. This is the shark model that comes with this 3-in-1. As you can see, he uses all of the pieces that come with this set. We also get this little crab with his big old claws, and this little extra scene of a underwater treasure bit where you can store some of the neon pieces that are used in the other sets, as well as a gold cup, which is only used in this treasure scene along with that same brown box. I was a little surprised that there are some pieces that are only used in the shark set. And it made me think about how LEGO might go about designing this kind of set. And it seems kind of like they might design a shark like this with some accessories, and then from that say, what else could we make using these same pieces? Which is kind of fun to think about, as a lot of LEGO designers at home might do the same thing. They may go through their own piles of LEGO and say, what can I make using this set amount of pieces? But the shark itself is pretty great looking in my opinion. The standout features I think are definitely the teeth. He's got this cool articulating jaw. The eyes are really cool. They use this neon rod piece that's slid through some peg pieces, and so it almost appears to glow a little bit under the right lighting. Like the other sets, he has the cool blue on top, white on bottom look, which makes it look like a great white shark if I had to guess, but he's pretty much just a generic looking shark model. He's got a ton of articulation. He's got 3 and really 4 different sections to him if you include the tail. But each of those pieces can articulate individually, which can make him swim. That multi-point articulation, I'm sure, is what inspired JK Brickworks to design the kinetic sculpture component to this set that we are about to build. I think the only real weak spot on this shark are, I think I would say, his pectoral fins, just because they are just one triangular Lego piece each, where his dorsal fin has this cool shape to it. They even included these little, what I think would be called pelvic fins with the little wing pieces. But his pectoral fins are just individual pieces. Other than that, though, I think the model looks really great. It's larger compared to the other models that you can build with these same pieces. The accessory pieces are a lot of fun, in my opinion. I kind of wish there was a stand or way for him to sit up straight on his own, but fortunately the JK Brickworks modification that we're going to look at in just a minute allows us to put him up on a stand. So without further ado, let's build that part. So the main modification that you have to make to the shark itself is that you have to change out some of these ball joints, which are the tighter pieces, with a looser version of the same thing, so that he's much more flexible and can swim around a bit better when we actually install the moving parts, which we're going to do right now. So here we have it, the completed modification to the shark model from the Deep Sea Creatures set. This again is a modification made by JK Brickworks, and as you can see, by turning this handle on the side, we get this super cool swimming motion of the shark. What's going on here mechanically, you can see that there is one main drive shaft that drives 2 gears, which drives 4 pulleys. Each of those pulleys has a single pin in it offset by 1 position. That pushes 4 blocks in the back here that move 2 Technic axle pieces to recreate a wave-like motion, and that makes our shark look like he's swimming. In my opinion, it is a beautifully simple mechanical design, and yet so complex that I don't think I would have been able to come up with something like this on my own. I mentioned it before, JK Brickworks makes some beautiful creations. You should check him out on Rebrickable. If you want to know how to find him, go to Rebrickable, go to Mox, and then look up top creators. He's like the 3rd or 4th user on there. He's got a bunch of awesome looking kinetic sculptures like this one. I love that it stuck with the underwater theme. In the parts list, he includes some of these seaweed pieces to kind of hide the mechanics, but he said it himself in his own video that he wanted the mechanics to be visible, and I agree that that's a super cool look for this set. He even provided a little extra spot for the crab and the treasure chest to sit on underwater, so you could have the entire set on display together. I think overall the thing works super cool. He said he purposely made it so that you can mount the handle on the left or the right, and I think it's cool that I can actually turn the handle the other direction, and now it looks like the shark is swimming backwards. But in his video he hooks up a little motor to the main drive shaft there, and you can certainly do that if you have a motor handy. I do not personally. So I think this is a great modification to a pretty great set. Overall, the 3-in-1 models, I mentioned it, they're a little tedious to take the same set apart multiple times, but overall I think you're left with a pretty great looking model if you pick one of the 3 or 4 designs that you can build, and then build that one last, obviously. So I'll keep this set in its current form around on my shelves or somewhere closer so I can play with it, because it's got this great interactivity. Overall, I obviously think pretty highly of this build, both as an official LEGO set and as a custom fan creation, but let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I like this 3-in-1 set so much that I've actually already purchased the second undersea themed 3-in-1 set. This one is more of a robot slash submarine slash, I don't know, underwater mining thing. So I look forward to building this as well in a future video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Josh, this is Josh Builds Stuff, and I'll see you next time.